finally, okay. Hey guys, this is Michael from the Boiler Devils. I'm going to be starting on an HTML tutorial series. I'm going to tell you what that is right now. HTML is a hypertext markup language. This is a tutorial on how to build a website. And the reason why I'm showing you this is that I think this is not the most efficient. To me, efficiently means the quickest but most doing it the right way, but not doing it all long and hard. It's pretty easy to learn how to do, and you can build a website with it. The reason why I use HTML is yes, there are website builders that you can go and use, such as a thing called webs.com. I have used webs.com before, but the thing about webs is that you have to pay to make your own website. As far as I know, unless you pay monthly, they own your website. If you pay professional, then they pretty much own your website if you don't pay for it. So yeah, well, they don't really own your website, but it's just that they legally have rights to it. So those rights give them the right to put on their own free advertising. They can put on ads on your website. Yeah, and so the other thing about it is that you don't, unless you pay monthly for it, you have to unless you pay monthly for it, you won't have a domain name. See, it'll be like this: www. Let's say the Boiler Devil, which is my website, the Boiler Devil, and it'll be .webs.com. See, no one searches for .webs, so you might not get as much traffic as you would with your own thing. See, webs.com. Not many people would usually search for webs, and but if you pay monthly for it, you can get your own website domain, your www.theboilerdevil.com. But see, the thing is that with HTML, I only have to have you guys ever heard of GoDaddy? GoDaddy.com. They sell domain names. And the thing about this though is that if you want to buy a .com domain name, you would have to pay $15, but you'd only have to pay $15 per year, and I think that's a great deal. Yeah, .coms and .cos are $9.99 for the first year. You only have to pay $10 for the first year, but then after that you pay $15 per year. So yeah, you don't have to pay until the year is over. And yeah, but the thing is that the way you put your domain name to your website is just because you make a web page. See, I can did I just close something that I shouldn't have closed? Okay. See, the thing about a web page is that, see, I'm going to use this thing as an example. See, just because you built a web page does not mean that when it opens in the Internet Explorer, that doesn't mean it's on the internet, because it's not. It's not on the internet when we first do this. So yeah, it'll open up in a browser, but it won't be on the internet because, see, look, if you look at this URL, that is not a domain name, and that is not a URL that someone can type in and get to your website by. See that it says C:, alright. If it has C:/, then no one can get to that. C:, is your own computer. That's computer /, and that means that it is linked to your computer and is not on the internet. See, when we first put it on a the way you get it on the internet is by is web hosting, and you usually have to pay for web hosting. What web hosting does is it will host your website so that people can get to it on the internet. And usually you have to pay for web hosting, but see, the reason why I don't have to pay for web hosting is because my dad works for a company called IT Profits. They sell a thing called Remedy, and they build a variety of programs called... They don't build a variety of programs. They build a program in the category of help desk. Help desk, I'm not going to get into that. Help desk is hard to explain. Anyway, the reason why I don't have to pay for web hosting is because I think he is the website builder. He's the one who works and builds the web pages and stuff. So he hosts the website. You don't necessarily always have to pay for web hosting. You can go and you can buy things called servers. And I'll show you what a server is. Web hosting servers. Yeah, just go to Google, type in web hosting servers, and go to images. See, my dad bought servers, and we have them in our basement, so we can load my website onto a server, and then we can buy a domain name. See, just go to images. It's really cold out here. It was raining before. It's sort of in and out. I don't think it's gonna snow this year. I'm really disappointed. At least not in Georgia, it's not. I hate this. See, this is pretty much what web servers look like. Yeah, we have like 2 or 3 of these in our basement, and they're probably cost just as much as a computer, I think. Probably mini laptop, maybe like 100, maybe 50 to $100. And yeah, so we have those in our basement, and that's why I can load my website onto a hosting server and not pay for it. And so, but the thing about, you don't, it's on the, once you load it to the server, it is on the internet, but people can get to it, but not by what you think. If you know what an IP address is, then great, but I'm going to tell you, an IP, for those of you who don't know, an IP address is a thing of numbers. See, it's basically, it's kind of like your network IP. See, when you first put it on the server, it's not going to have a domain. It's going to be something like 192.168.1.1. This is what mine is going to look like. That's what my website still isn't on the internet, which I'm not very happy about. See, that's your, see, if you can tell your friend, if you tell your friend that if they go on the internet, and if you go on Internet Explorer and you type in that IP address, then they can get to your website by typing in that IP address. But don't do that. This is just an example. This isn't a real IP address, so don't type it in. Don't do this. Don't go to the internet and type in this IP address. I'm going to say that right now. And then once you buy your domain name, you'll link that to you'll map it to your IP address, and then that domain name, then you can type in the domain name and it'll bring you to your website on the internet. Okay, so yeah, this is basically just, yeah, this is pretty much just an overview. I'm not going to get into tutorial just yet. I already got to making the folder. Okay. See, I think I don't know if I already went through this yet, but if I already told you that Notepad, it's a free program. It comes on most computers, comes on most Windows machines. I don't know about Mac. We're gonna start with that, and Visual. I'm gonna use a program for this tutorial called Visual Web Developer. This you have to pay for. You can go to the bookstore. You can buy a book. You can buy a book on HTML website building, and it should come. Some of them should come with a disk in the back that says Microsoft Visual Studio, and will come. And this will be one of the programs that it comes with. And yeah, and but that you will have to pay for. By all means, if you want to go and you want to find it for free illegally, I'm not preventing you from doing it, but I'm not telling you to do it. So if you get sued, leave me out of it. I had nothing to do with it. Okay, and that is pretty much an overview of what we're going to be doing. Some of the videos I'm going to be teaching you how to do is making a navigation bar. So a navigation bar is pretty much this. What a website is, most of you think of a website like this, just a bunch of things, crap put together. What a website is a bunch of web pages linked together. It is a bunch of links. That is pretty much all a website is. A bunch of links. What a link is it maps one web page to the next. See, if so right now I'm going to be teaching you how to make one of these. This navigation, it's called a navigation bar. This is what holds most of the links, most of the categories. This is another navigation bar, and this is the logo. I'm going to be teaching you how to make and set up the logo into it. And I'll also be teaching you how to connect like Facebook and Twitter and stuff, like tweet, login. I'll be teaching you login. I won't be teaching you login for a little bit. I'm still trying to get that down too. Guys, I'm very reliable, and this tutorial is going to be very reliable and very reliable. You don't have to pay for it. Don't sue me. That's the #1 thing. Do not sue me. If anything goes wrong, if you get sued, don't sue me for you getting sued. You never had to pay for anything. I never told you to do anything. And I never sold you anything illegally. So, let's get to it, guys. It's this is the first HTML overview of the series, and join me in the next video on YouTube. Check out my YouTube channel for some other stuff. I only have 3 videos, so yeah, check out my YouTube channel. And yeah, but don't make money off of me. That's one thing I do not like any people doing. Don't use me to make your money. Well, I shouldn't say that. If you're starting a company, that's fine. But if you want to pay for private lessons, that's fine. If you want to get this thing called Skype, hopefully you've heard of it. If you haven't, then something is wrong with you. If you are even 10 years old and you haven't heard of Skype, there's something wrong with you. If you want private lessons, that will be about $1 an hour. Like, maybe I should start doing that. Private lessons for $1 an hour. Yeah. This is Michael Parrish, and if you do want private lessons, get on Skype and search for Boiler Devil in Skype name, and then send a friend request, and and tell me you want private lessons. That'll be $1 an hour. So yeah, this has been the first HTML overview, and join me in the next video, and I'll be showing you how the basic web page formatting.